Let's commence by simply acknowledging the aspect of the self that is choosing at this precise moment to explore the human variables and potential. Thus we go within the physical body and we observe the ease that the breath finds us. With our support, we allow the breath to move effortlessly across the low ribs prior to the mid and upper. And as you breathe, accommodate the entire lung's potential by breathing in more than you had anticipated. And each time one chooses to exhale, allow that exhalation to be thorough. Thereby, each breath adds greater balance within via the exchange that occurs. Now, at the same time, imagine during this practice that you're observing the body, moving and integrating the suggestions to enhance your physical, emotional, and mental balance. Now, imagine along your spine there's a fine thread. And this thread is being gently stretched upwards, vertically. And if so, you should gently now begin to feel your spine elongating as you purposely imagine this invisible thread along the torso pulling upwards. Then allow that thread to relax and notice those muscles complementing that relaxation. Repeat that elongation. This time accommodate the chin. When appropriate, lift the chin up. Along the base of the skull, push it up and move the chin in. Look at your belly, lean back whereby the mid-back shall round. Then lean forward without effort as the ribs, collarbone and chin flows effortlessly towards the ceiling. Notice the anterior of the body stretching. Elevate the shoulder blades up to your ears. Round that back. Flex those elbows. Now observe as to how the body is responding. Forward. For most of our lives, we're unaware consciously of how we're working the body. Elevate the shoulders round the back. So let's take this conscious opportunity to acknowledge the value that this body adds in regards to our physical existence. Flow your hands behind you. Pull the shoulder blades towards each other. Raise the chin up. In a moment, we'll interlace those fingers forward. Ready? Brush those arms forward. To your right, as I work in mirror image. To your left without effort. Then when appropriate, vertically upright, as though one is aiming to touch the ceiling if there's a ceiling above you. Behind you, interlace. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Find the back of your head. When appropriate, release the hands. Place the palms there. Invite those elbows to feel heavier as the chin flows right and stretch the base of the skull. Keep your chin there. Release your palm. Raise the chin up. Find your knee at the right. Twist your gaze there. Sweep your right hand up behind the head. Thereby that hand feels heavier. Pull the chin in. Drop the left shoulder. Feel a gentle stretch along the left side of the neck. Release the palms. Raise the chin up. Find the knee at the left. Look there. Left palm up behind the head. Ease the chin in. Drop the shoulder down. Let go of that palm. Raise the chin up. Sweep your right hand up to your left temple. Lift the left ear up. Feel a gentle stretch along the left side of the neck. Relax, change. No force whatsoever. When appropriate, release the palm, brush the chin up, add the collarbone, sweep it effortlessly from side to side, easily. Then when appropriate, raise your chin up, move your head from side to side. Shortly we shall twist the torso to the right side, whilst keeping your sitting bones where they are. When appropriate, release, twist to the right, look over the right shoulder. Now remain twisted from the shoulders down, but shortly we shall turn the chin gently to the left. When appropriate, only the chin and the head moves to the left, roll it forward. Be aware of that right bent knee, sweep your chin down and look at that right knee. Now we shall change sides, twist opposite. Lift between the shoulder blades. Again, retain the twist from the shoulders down, move the chin down, look to your right side. Be aware of the bent left knee, sweep the chin there. Both hands behind. Shortly those arms shall slide forward the knees. Move those arms forward comfortably. And relax. Circle the wrist. Observe as to how the body is responding to your directive in influence. Change wrist direction. Then appropriately shake those arms out. Bring on board a loving smile. Choose one hand and allow the middle index down to breathe alternately. Now as you breathe from nostril to nostril, explore the lower, mid and upper lungs and observe how the ribs move to your advantage. And as you breathe, let's take a moment as you breathe to reflect upon the words that I share with you. Who is this individual within thyself that is associating itself with this reality? And if you were to be aware of that individual, is it the greater over-self in integration, or is it an aspect of itself that cannot exist without a greater over-self? And as you breathe comfortably, now once you find your way back to the right, complete that exhalation. And settle the spine down. How blessed we are today to be sharing this interaction together. Now there's individuals that you cannot see at this precise moment sharing the class with us. So I will pose the question. Who is this I that one associates with as the personality, and what is its objective? So let's start our flow across to Patrick.
What is this I?
What is this I?
Different version of yourself? A different part of yourself, possibly?
And so then what is the self?
The self is you. It's the everything.
So how would you define the you?
You.
How do you know it's a you?
I don't.
Then if you don't, then how do you know who you are?
You don't know who you are.
Then if you don't know who you are, then how do you know who you are?
Well, is that a truth?
That's the conundrum of life. From a yoga perspective, we do not accept theory blindly. We aim to explore the variables until we find the essence, which awakens the identity of the self without doubt nor irrational, logical human understanding. So now, I share the same question across to Sasha. Sasha, as you reflect upon the I within the self that has experienced life to date, who is this I?
Depends on the day.
Certainly. So, prior to that day, what happened to that I?
I still don't know.
So how will you move forward from this day forward so that the knowledge finds you?
I will continue the battle. I will read and try to explore and listen what's happening around.
Good. Now, what happens when we find what we consider the answer?
Oh gosh, we have happiness and we never think about anything.
So then, we can reflect back to a metaphor of the monk, or we may consider the Buddha, which simply interprets as wisdom, one who understands from the Buddhic perspective, no longer theoretical, as Siddhartha sat, and he stated according to the scriptures that he will not move until he has the answer, or he will leave. Then he awoke with finding the middle path. So our aim is the same. So whatever we're doing in our daily routine, we aim to find that stillness. Even though the physical body is active in life, we're still still. At the depth of the ocean, it's always going. So if a stress finds one, think of a stress like a tsunami. Somewhere there must have been a shift in the ocean to create a tsunami. Without the shift, like an earthquake, there can be no tsunami. Yes? But then the earthquake occurs to release apparently compression from the earth. So it's a natural process. So are we ready to raise the vibration through this yoga practice? And let's see over the next 48 hours as to how we review our own sojourn, and let's see if the mind chooses to bring our attention to certain valuable observations that shall greatly enhance us from this moment forward. Now, if you choose to put this into practice and the light finds you, please share with me so we can share with others. So let's continue. Bring the knees towards each other. Notice how those knees follow your directive. Well, you didn't have to speak consciously to every single muscle. Again, repeat. Forward. Let go of your palms, slide your knees forward, and notice how easy it is for those knees to follow your directive. In a moment, those knees shall sweep back into a cat position. Release your feet back into a cat. Allow that back to hunch. Dip your spine, complement your heels with your tailbone. Shortly, we shall sweep both feet to the right side. Find your right, sweep your feet, look over that shoulder. Now find your left, sweep the feet, look over that shoulder. We shall now lift the knees up, sweep the feet back, lift your knees, pedal. Feel a gentle stretch through the calves, the Achilles, up to the hamstrings, to your sitting bones. Then slowly walk toward your thumbs. Find your kneecaps, where appropriate, place the palms there. Raise the chin up, relax down, wind the back up, elevate the shoulders, freeing total one back, bend the knees to complement. Imagine there's a field of energy around you, and each time you move your hand, you're clearing this field of energy, restoring perfect symmetry within you. Be aware of your left palm, grip your right wrist as I work a mirror image. Pull that arm across, opposite. Pull that arm across, support your hips, elevate sternum, find your kneecaps, look at your belly, look up, find the floor, release your palms there. Bend one knee at a time alternately, simply. And when appropriate, relax, wind your back up. 3 times elevate those elbows. Forward 1, cross the wrist. 2nd time, cross the forearms. 3rd time, cross those elbows. Next time up, grip those elbows overhead. Slide your right foot behind the left. Drop the left elbow beneath the chin and the jaw, feeling a wonderful stretch along the lateral side of the body. Opposite. No need to force. Our objective is not to see how flexible one can become, it's to become conscious. Is our objective. Up. Place your feet together. Your ability, raise the chin up. Find your knees. Find your feet. Place your right foot at back. Push gently upon the left thigh. As long as you are living on this planet at this point in time, the body is essential. So how wise is one that sends thought to this body in celebration of its support? Straight the knee. Now let's just say, bend your knee forward. Let's just say, at this precise moment, if one has doubt or uncertainty about what may occur in the months ahead. So now, does the month ahead exist, Sasha?
Well, there's many theories, but let's say no.
So, if you say no, we come back to you, Patrick. What would that be based on? If we were to go faster than the speed of light, does time go faster or slower?
Depends if you are time or if you are not time.
Okay? So, according to quantum mechanics, what happens when you go faster than the speed of light?
I don't know quantum mechanics. So.
Quantum mechanics says you can travel through time.
But there's no time.
Yes, straighten the knee. Which means that, forward, if tomorrow does not exist at this precise moment, should we be worried about it?
No.
What happens if we're not worried about tomorrow? What sort of day do we have today?
The last beautiful day.
So then, what would happen if we enhance today? What will the mind do for our tomorrow?
Make it better.
That's called realization. Feedback. One easy push-up in between. Easy back. Place the right foot forward. Just like when you drive on the road, there are numerous roads that may get you to the same destination. Some are dead ends, some are freeways and highways. But if you're aware of where you wish to go and you're familiar with the route, or you met someone that's very familiar with the route, or you have a GPS, whatever, then you have a choice as to how you get there. Straighten the knee. So the question you must ask yourself is, bend the knee. Where do you see yourself in 10 years, Patrick?
10 years.
10 years. Let's just say it's now the year 2034.
Living my life.
So you're not living your life now?
I am living my life.
So what sort of life are you living?
One of...
So we come back again. By you taking a pause, it means you have not thought about it. Correct?
I've thought about it.
But if you thought about it, straighten the knee, place both feet forward, hip width. The reason I asked that, because once your mind is clear, what occurs?
Happens.
But what if you have to think about it? There's a probability it may not happen, correct?
Yeah.
Okay? So let's just say there's someone you love. I say, do you love them? What do you say?
I do.
Yeah.
Yes! Just say, the probability, cover your knee. You see the difference?
Yes.
Circle of feet. That is how the mind works. Once your mind is clear and locked, expect results. Reverse. Expect results. Relax. Let's say you were to go through the archives of history and find the great poets, musicians, artists, the great geniuses, and you ask them or you read about their life, would you have any doubt that in their writings they had doubt about themselves or they believed in themselves?
You hope they believe themselves.
You hope?
Yeah.
Could they become a brilliant orator if they did not have faith in themselves?
Probably not.
Probably, definitely not. So now, what makes them different to what I consider the average person?
Well, they have some kind of passion about something.
I know what I want.
They have passion and also they're not average. If you were to play golf with Tiger Woods, would you become a better golf player?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yes. So then if that is the case, what happens if your mind is constantly being trained to reside in a state of those that have achieved what you want to achieve? So we'll come back to you again. What do you see yourself in 10 years, Patrick?
Getting smarter.
Wealthier? No.
Okay, so we change to session. 10 years. How do you see yourself?
Hopefully in Portugal, but smarter and happier about who I am.
Exactly right. Now, does the mind believe that?
Nope.
Yes.
So now, are we ready to let the mind know today, not only in 10 years' time you have the opportunity in Portugal, because I know in 10 years' time you're going to let me know. You're going to have many more opportunities. And so you too, Patrick, and everyone else that's watching this, set your ideas in your mind. If your mind does not know what you want, it will go to your past and find what it assumes that you were told you should have. Would you rather have what you were told you should have, or would you rather have what you want to have? There's a big difference, and most of us were told what we should have. So let's now do the work, shall we? Bring the feet together, great position. Circle those arms around. Place your right foot back. And work mirror image down. Circle those arms around, which will straighten that front knee. That body is following your directive. Feet back, tailbone to the ceiling. Push up in between. Push back. Be aware of your feet. Right foot forward. Back knee down. Around. Lift the front toes. Place your back foot forward. Bend your knees, wind the back up. Let's repeat. Hop. Sweep those arms around. Notice your feet. Left foot back. Lower the knee. Match those arms around. Prepare to straighten that front knee. Extend the front knee. Place your feet back. Add an easy push-up. In between. Ease it back. You wave your feet. Left foot forward. Move those arms around. Lift the front toes up. Place your back foot forward. Wind the back up. Release. Would you be comfortable with the theory that all time exists simultaneously?
I like it.
Possibly.
So, what if you began to do your own research into quantum mechanics or yoga principle of the multidimensional self? what would you expect to find? They would explain to you this parallel existence. Okay? Let's say you will look at the Spalding teachings. You will find a group of American scientists that actually proves this theory. Where they go to Tibet and they actually meet individuals of advanced knowledge. This is their writings. Okay? So the aim is to read a book, to grab a passion and say to yourself, I want the same. What is the purpose of someone saying to you, geez, I love Portugal, I love the cuisine, the people, but never hop on the plane and go to Portugal? And you get there, you said, I thought it was Italy. First you go as a tourist. Then you say, that's where I want to go. So now, are we ready to remind ourselves that this planet is a tourist zone? We're tourists at the moment.
Sure.
So the question is, do you want to remain here permanently? So, well done. So let's continue. If so, then this practice shall enhance your mind. In, up, around. Let's go for it. Right foot off the floor, back. Swing those arms around. This time, keep your fingers where they are, straighten your knees. If needed, place the left hand on the leg, lift the right arm up, circle it to the back wall, place your feet back, tailbone up, easy push up in between. Back. And the right foot forward, keep the back knee off the mat. Flow those arms around. Right hand on the floor, both knees straightens. If needed, adjust the right hand leg, left arm up, flip the left arm around. Feet together. Bend your knees, circle your palms around, interlace. Push the palms up to your hips. Pull the belly in, complement your thighs, up. What causes aging?
Lack of movement.
If you look at the science behind aging, they say your stem cells not reproducing correctly and the body's replicating itself incorrectly, correct? What happens if your stem cells continue to activate the youthful state of balance? You will be immortal. So we go back again. Apparently, the Spalding went to Tibet and met those people. Do not accept any theory blindly. If you're seeking truth, then take the time to work out whether it is truth you're seeking. 10 years from now exists now. So if your 10 years from now exists and it comes to you now and tells you what you need to do, would you achieve what you want to achieve? So that's called lucid dreaming, correct?
Yes.
You find great inventors in relaxation, in dreams, heard, correct?
Yeah.
Nikola Tesla will tell you he looked at the storm, he saw the induction motor, and he created it. He saw it. Before he didn't create it, he saw it. We will tell you all the same. So Portugal already exists, Sasha's already there, not just being there, loving life. Patrick is achieving whatever he wants to achieve because it exists. So our aim is to plant that seed and nurture it and make it a reality, yes? Let's do this, shall we? In, down, up. Circle the arms, left foot back off the floor. Circle those arms. Knees straight, left arm up, left hand around, feet back, push up in between, push back, no effort. Left foot forward, back knee off the mat. Flow those arms around. Heels to floor, left arm on the leg, right arm up. Circle the hand around, feet together. Bend the knees, interlace up. Up. Prepare to splay your feet. Bend your left knee. Feeling the stretch inner groin. Change. Bend both knees simultaneously. We shall move the fingers to the right foot, down, across to your right foot, and over to your left foot. Between your feet, flex the knees, inner groin responds, find your kneecaps. Walk your feet towards each other. Circle those hands, come gently down on your knees. Circle your feet around. Place your right foot over the left. also explain that there's only the now principle. And even when during this moment, it constantly moves in transition. So you're never fully in this present moment as you assume you are because you're associated with the past and the future. But if you're in your now, this is called an awakening, a realization. That's what we're seeking. Left hand over, turn to your right. Release. Pull the shoulders back. Forward. Change. Turn to the opposite side. Relax. Pull the shoulders back. Forward. Relax. Sit comfortably. Let's say you were to see amethyst crystals. Now, did those crystals become amethyst accidentally? Why didn't they become rose quartz? Patrick. Why did it become a pearl?
They don't feel like it.
You would say that the crystals thought about it or the environment created it?
Yeah. Well, relating to modern science, they would say it's the environment.
Mm-hmm.
But
there was an engineer behind all creation.
well,
But the environment, due to that influence, triggered this to become an amethyst rather than a rose quartz, correct? So we are also programmed the same. But before this became an amethyst, it could have been anything, correct? The raw material was there. So within us we have the raw material. So it's up to us what we do with the energy field, with the compression, to create what we may consider as our life. Yep. So the question is, would you rather live someone else's life or live your life?
Mine, but much better.
Sorry?
Mine, but enhanced.
Good. So if it's enhanced, it means it already exists. So are you willing to acknowledge that it exists and now you're going to allow it to fully develop within? It's already there. Who's going to stop it?
Me.
So who do you talk to?
Me.
So what do you say to you?
It's not gonna work.
So now how are you going to change that?
Convincing myself to.
Yeah. How about if I share with you, we change that. We say, I allow my higher self to give me the needs and support that I needed because I know it's possible. Okay? So Mr. Patrick, does the word impossible exist?
impossible? But, I mean, you said it, so possibly it exists.
So what if I told you to take the first two letters out? What would it become?
Possible?
And what's the first two letters become?
I am.
I am what?
Possible.
I am possible.
I am possible. So let's come around. I am that I am. I am that I am. And you're back. Oh. Isn't it a blessing to finally reach a level of evolution where we are now, where we finally are given the choice as to what we do with it? Isn't that wonderful? Splay the knee. Stretch the inner groin. Relaxed. Place your right foot over the left. Sweep the left foot back. Sweep the left arm around. And look over your right shoulder. And as you look over that shoulder, go within that body. And as you go within that body, observe as to how that body responds. You may feel some resistance or tension. If so, come out slightly, tighten that resistance, then relax it and notice that you shall now be able to move further if you relax and you tighten and you let go. We're weaving our way through our entire central nervous system. Whatever you replicate daily becomes your reality. And that's why it's always important to observe as to how you are interacting on your daily routine. What is the first thought that normally flows into your mind when your eyes open? And throughout the day, what is the main theme? And what is the last thought that parades through your mind when you're drifting to slumber? Exhale, release. Sweep the breath within, up to your brain. Release. Within you is the essence of the universe. And if that exists, then nothing is impossible in this reality. Left foot on top, right foot back. But do not assume or accept any theory blindly, right hand around. Put it to the test. We're not challenging the self, we're putting the self to the test. It's not a competition. What we're doing is we're allowing ourselves to find that state of perfect equanimity. We wish to find that state where there's no longer any conflict. And if there's no conflict, there can only be balance and peace. Comfort. Easily. No force whatsoever. Continue allowing that spine to adjust. If you need to come out slightly, create resistance, then relax and improve the twist. We can read all the books that has ever been written, and all we'll have is theory. But if we begin to put the theory into practice, then we can write our own biography. Exhale. Thus we find inspiration from those that have already found what we're seeking. Inhale up, exhale, release. Invite the knees to push against your interlaced hand. Forward, let go of your palms, slide the flexed knees forward, feel the stretch along your shoulders. Be seated with straight legs, roll your little toes in, feel the gentle stretch along the top of the feet. Imagine, sooner or later, you will take your last breath from this physical body. So what shall go through your mind when you take that last breath? If you've not planned it, I suggest you plan it now because it's on its way. Separate the toes. Scrunch. Shake the feet. Adjust your hips. Sweep those arms up. Now round your back and look at your belly. Slide your hands up. Out. A little further forward this time. Do not round the back. Keep your back flat. Lift your sternum up. Purposely look at your belly, round your back. Again, lift your ribcage up. Come a little closer towards your thighs. Look at your belly, round your back. Raise the chin up, come a little closer to your thighs. Never hurry. Imagine if you came to a realization that you're truly an immortal essence choosing to have a temporary human experience. Would you be free by that theory, or would it cause you discomfort? Release. Forward. Back. Seated. It is stated that before a caterpillar can become a butterfly, in the chrysalis it goes in a dormant state and all its internal self becomes mushy. Imagine that. Then it changes and redevelops the butterfly. Did someone have to tell the caterpillar to do that, or just did it automatically? It did it automatically. And we're doing the same in a yoga practice or any practice that allows us to reascend to our true nature. We are clearing all the past, defragging the computer of the mind, and then reawakening to our true nature. Isn't that a blessing as the sun shines? So let's gently lay back on the spine, hip width. Lift your hips off the floor. Keep your toes active. Come down as you hug your knees. Watch those ankles grip, hip width. Swing the tailbones up. Lift your hips up. Lower your hips, hug your knees. Cross the right foot to the left. Feet halfway forward, look at your knees. Hold it there until you feel your core muscles working. Just hold it there. Now, allow those bent knees to straighten, but keep your shoulder blades off the floor. Lift the shoulder blades high. You should feel your core muscles working. Change ankles. Flex your knees halfway. Grip those ankles hip width. Lift your hips. Use your hands to support your back. Slide the elbows in. Keep your back and neck on the floor. Now push the sternum up and breathe with it. Hold the lift. Comfortably. Keep your inner thighs rolling in towards each other. Imagine I'm gently pushing between your shoulder blades or adjusting any other variables that best suit you. Hold that lift. Never force. Slowly come down. Hug those knees, and when appropriate, lift your feet vertically up. Adjust your hands in a position that's appropriate for you. Shortly we shall slide the feet halfway back. Place your hands beside your hips on the floor, lift your hips halfway up. Slide your hands against your back. Now without effort, move your collarbone closer and closer to your chin, and as it does, you'll find your feet moving closer and closer to the floor. Whether it touches the floor or not, it doesn't matter. The objective is to work with it. Hold it. We're not choosing to become flexible. As an objective, our aim is to be conscious and fluid within the mind. Flexibility should be a byproduct of the practice, not the objective. Then lift your legs halfway up and choose the lift with the feet that is appropriate for this wonderful day of your practice. Hold it there. No force whatsoever. Hold it there. Notice how the legs are responding in inverted position. Trust that the body benefits from this, and if it does, then one who is wise inverts the body on a regular basis. Like a feather, gently descend, bend your knees appropriately. Then slide your hands under your hips, either knee bent or straight. Come up, let the head drop back, push the chin away, give the gentle stretch along the front of the throat. Keep the shoulder blades matching each other, never forcing. Keep the chin pushing away. He stated that these yoga poses were designed to create balance within, thereby the mind can find stillness within itself after the body has found balance within itself. Slowly come down, hug your knees. Place your bent right leg over the left. Swing your knees to the right. Feeling your stretch along the left. Changing opposite. And then in a moment, at a pace that is suitable for you, gently release and come up seated. Thereby you can, without effort, move your tailbone to your heels, onto your belly, up we come, and pedal. Come down onto your knees, hips to your heels, onto your belly, place your palms under the thighs and the groin, and alternately lift one leg at a time up. For a few moments, alternately, one at a time. Then lift both legs and chin up. Notice the compression that occurs across that back. Flex the knees. Again, observe how the body responds. Every subatomic particle within this physical body of yours is following your directive, so let's notice the conversation that you're interacting with it, shall we? Lower your feet, release your palms, complement your heels, child's pose, hands out of feet, forward to the knees. Relax that back. Suitably cut. Up. Right arm under the left. Twist. Change left arm under the right. Change right hand for the left. Turn the palm up. Stretch. Opposite. Stretch. And down onto your elbows. Interlace. Now have the heels together. Keep your feet together. Push the hip into the floor, lower the chin in. Pull the shoulders back, go with it. The decade ahead already exists within you. The question is, which of the variables shall you allow to become a reality, as they are unlimited variables? Which variables? Just as the parents you chose influence your variables through your childhood, and from the adult perspective, the influence continues unless you choose to refine those influences to your advantage. So be constructive, not destructive. Come down, beside your feet. Look at your knees. Up, around. Let's say you had two individuals. One weekly bought the lottery ticket. One continued their daily practice of inner stillness. By the end of the life, what would be the ratio of who would achieve what? If you play the lottery, you look at the ratio and you watch individuals that sat, you watch the ratio, you would find that if you chose to sat, it would cost you less and the result is far greater. But most don't have the time to sit. If they didn't, perhaps they may win. But let's say they won the lottery. Will that enhance your life? And if so, are you guaranteed? The statistics show in a high percentage it doesn't enhance life. But if you've done the work now, you can have both. Because you won the lottery by going here. Does that make sense? So the question we must ask ourselves is, are we fully supporting who we are? Now, let's come back. Not what we thought an hour ago. Through this practice, the mind has been watching. So we come back to you, Patrick. Next 10 years, what do you see?
Marriage, moving somewhere.
But you as a person.
The person.
You as a person.
I'm more developed.
You as a person.
I'm more developed in my skillness.
You as a person.
Me as a person. I've understood my own person self.
Mm-hmm.
This is a trick question.
Our question is tricky. They're called Kohan. Sasha, in the next 10 years, your mind's watching now. How do you see yourself?
2 ways.
Mm-hmm.
Same or better? Not sure.
Okay, but either way. So let's say the same. Will you be happy with that?
No.
So then, how about we refine it to the better? In your case, Patrick, everything else finds you as long as you're having a peace. Get it? Stillness, there's no ripples in the ocean. Be still and know thyself, according to the Temple of Delphi. Be still. We can live in the world of chaos without getting caught up in the chaos. Is that interesting? But to do that, we must learn the art of detachment. So let's once again choose a hand and breathe alternately. Remember, be proactive, not reactive. Set specific goals and allow yourself to divinely work with those goals daily. Do not create a goal that you've already assumed is impossible to achieve. Otherwise, it will cause you to feel inappropriate or misaligned. If you choose a goal, whatever it may be clear that it is already achieved, it is done. Thus, you will enjoy the process comfortably. Once you find your way back to your right complete, surely we shall rid the lungs of the spent breath and squeeze the internal organs. Ready? Relax, take a deep breath in. Through the mouth, exhale it out. Create a vacuum. Relax. Soften the facial muscles. Let's repeat a second time. Breathe out, breathe in. Exhale it out. Under your ribs to your backbone. Squeeze it in. Relaxed. Third, best of 3. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Hold it there. Relax. Choose a hand and breathe alternately. Side to side. The mind never stops thinking. Thus, we have it to our advantage. If the mind never stops thinking, what if we choose to allow the mind to be refined upon its thinking process? Success is guaranteed. If you allow your mind to remain attuned to your directive without discretion, you shall achieve your objective. But always be conscious of the ramifications of achieving your objective. Shall it add greater balance to you, your family, the planet at large? Shall the world be a better place for your presence or not? Very important question. Side to side. Ultimately. Take quality time to find you. Not as the personality, but to find you. The personality replicates the programming thus far. And once you come back to the right complete, release. Now take a moment. Either seated or laying down, close your eyes for a moment. And in turn, allow yourself permission to delve into the essence of your pure nature. Remember, there is no judgment. There is no expectation. No fear. As you have pure light, you're connecting to your pure divine nature that is omnipotent or powerful. No one can harm your mind. And if you begin to understand your mind influences your brain and your body, then you must recognize the true omnipotence of your divine nature. One can change your perception of your reality by false propaganda. But if you understand the science of propaganda, then you shall understand the magician's tricks, and the magician can never fool you again. You are a divine being, and an aspect of your divine nature is expressing itself through that human physiology, anatomy, and it's utilizing a program to interpret this reality by those senses. Thus, we wish to develop heightened senses. This is the aim of the practice. You are pure by nature. Now place one hand upon your heart for a moment and feel the joy that resides within you. If you regularly practice this, you should feel warmth exuding from the bottom. Recognizing your heart is far more than a bump. It's an intelligence that is seeking full integration, comfortably. Now see yourself not just a day from now, a decade from now, see yourself for the rest of eternity, smiling lovingly back at you due to the fact that the foundations that you placed and the grafting that you did within your evolution in the human form allowed you the opportunity of reaching the greatest of heights of full illumination and the summit of life itself in realization. Thereby, you interact with the ascended beings of realization. And in turn, you can send the love back to your entire lineage, to all aspects of yourself that has ever existed, in the recognition that it is okay, you are safe. You have never been abandoned, nor ignored. You have always been guided. But just like nature, we have to wait for the seasons that is appropriate for full germination and see this as the spring of your life for the rest of this birth. And choose to allow yourself to come into full bloom in accordance to your choice, just like the amethyst chose in its own intelligence to develop into amethyst crystals. See the pure gem within you. Use your opposite hand to place upon your navel and feel the torrid effects flowing and flooding your entire being. And remind yourself you are divine by nature. And whatever you're seeking exists. And as it exists and you're truly open and recognizing your worthiness, it finds you at its appropriate time. Everything is possible for one who understands herself. Now gently place the palms together, rub them towards each other. Turn them upwards towards the ceiling, the sky, in appreciation of the greater universal intelligence. Turn one to face the planet Earth in gratitude for Mother Nature itself. Turn both to face planet Earth in the complete union of the self in mutual integration. Place the palms upon your eyes, your ears, your nose, your mouth, your skin, thus all your senses are refined. Shake out any debris that is no longer relevant because you don't need any of those false limitations of the past, they don't exist. Gently allow those eyelids to blink and trust, Stasha, trust Patrick, that your life has value and this entire planet, universe is better for your presence because one light is sufficient to light up the whole world. Hari Om Tat Sat.